Welcome to Hella Vella's Airik's first three Vela reviews. I am your host, Airik Eisen, and this is Azriel Lawless. And today we are speaking with AJ Humphreys about his Vela called Fine Dying. All right. Now, what would you say the average length of your episodes were?
So they kind of vary, but I tend to keep them around the 15 um token mark.
1500? Okay,
Yeah, so
cool, cool.
1500 words. Not the short, some chapters a little shorter than others, but they're all from a different character's perspective, and I want each character to
Yeah,
grow and exist and not just be a waste of 600 words or whatever.
understandable. Yeah, I noticed that and I thought that was pretty cool. Um, all right. Do you have other Vela offerings as well?
I do. I have two seasons of Season of the Monster, a
Hmm.
paranormal um thriller horror mystery. I basically say take Salem's Lot, make it modern day, introduce a new monster, and make sure to tell the monster's story too. And
Oh,
that's what you
all
get
right.
there.
Cool. All right. And that's the do you have anything else out there or just
I
those two, those
I
three?
do have one more, but I've put it on quote unquote hiatus right now. It
Okay.
was a interactive story where I was trying to use the poll feature, but
Choose.
yeah, choose, and it
Oh
it
God,
just
I love that one. That's the main reason I wanted to bring you on because I thought that story was great.
oh, I appreciate that. Like I know I've seen you comment a couple of times, but
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work to make
Oh yeah,
sure
for
that
sure.
it's out on time every week. So I needed a break from that. And then I was able to give them some more love to Fine Dying, which has been a lot of fun for me lately.
That's cool. Yeah. I follow my whatever I'm need to write. That's what I'm writing. So I
Hmm.
understand that entirely.
Chase that dopamine.
Right. All right. So this will probably be a little spoilery. I can guarantee you that because the spoilery parts are the best. Uh, for most of these, I only read the first three chapters, so probably not super spoilery. Now, could you tell the audience a little bit about your Bella and what drove you to write it?
Um, Need to do this succinctly. So Ryan Johnson's Knives Out
Hmm.
is my favorite whodunit. I think it's so well done in
I
the
love that
fact,
movie.
right? And within the first 10-15 minutes, you know who the murderer is, but you
Hmm.
don't understand it all. And that's what the movie like takes you through. And I wanted a similar feeling with Fine Dying, but I had also been reading a couple like psychological thrillers, whodunits recently that
Hmm.
were mainstream novels, and I thought they were bad. I thought they were really bad, and I was like, I can do better than this. And I just started thinking about it. And one day I'm at work in the kitchen at this restaurant I work at, and I was just like, what if a bunch of people got trapped in a restaurant and couldn't leave, and one of them was a murderer? And that just I spiraled through my whole shift thinking about it, running to the bathroom in the back, putting notes on my phone, and it's just been a pantser's whodunit dream since then.
Nice. Like that a lot. All right. So so I've only read the first three
Eh?
on this one, so I only know about the three, basically three main characters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would be, I have it written down here. Harry, Derek, and Monique.
Mm-hmm.
So each chapter is going to be a different character.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just about to reset now. I've done I think I have through 15 scheduled. And
Okay.
then after that, I'm gonna start running back like the still alive characters
Okay.
next chapter.
Cool. All right. Okay. And the last question that I have for you is, do you have a playlist while writing?
I do. I actually have two. And both are on my link in bio. So you can use these playlists if you guys want to. It's all like instrumental mixes and a lot more modern and contemporary upbeat things. I get a lot of soundtracks on there, and sometimes I'm on shuffle. Sometimes I know exactly where a certain album is in one of them, or um, even like a certain artist, and I'll go there. But like earlier, I just chase the dopamine wherever I can, and whatever feels right, I'll just listen to it.
Definitely understand that. All right, excellent. Now, since this is a review, let's flip this around and have Azriel ask me some questions, and we'll see how I felt about it.
Okay. All right. Wait a minute. All right. So I want an overview, Airik.
All right.
Give me an overview. What did you absorb from the 3 epis?
Oh, I actually really did like this. I wasn't sure what I was at. Well, I'll just read the brief summary that I wrote. Bodies keep dropping at Brewer Truman's, the finest eating establishment in the University District of Columbia, or in the University District of Columbia, Missouri. The staff are fun and eclectic, as they will provide a world-class dining experience. On one particular evening, however, a blizzard will strand several employees and guests within the restaurant walls until help can arrive. Unfortunately for all, Brewer's Truman has many skeletons, some are more fresh than others. I
Hmm.
must say, those first 3 episodes, like, you had me at like the end of episode 2. Like, I'm gonna keep reading this.
What is okay? So there's dead bodies in this restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's done some killing in the restaurant, but has not been able to like get the hell out.
Somebody or some bodies, I think.
Ah,
Like, more than one, I think.
all
Like,
right,
I've only read the
right,
first
all
3,
right, all right.
and I was like, I want to read the next episode, but I don't want to ruin it for this. Uh,
First 3.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you can't ever remember what was the first 3 and what came 5 episodes later. We've
Right.
tried that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, all right. So
I was being. I was
who's your favorite character out of the ones you've met? Apparently you've met 3 of the
Yeah.
suspects.
Actually, my really, I liked Harry as the first character. Um, I actually have a least favorite character in this, but it's okay because he gets gatted, so that's cool. Um,
All right, that's cool.
yep,
He's dead.
yep. And that was one thing I wanted with this. Like, I didn't want there to be the first death to just be this mournful, sorrowful, like, oh, why did he kill him already or
Yeah.
her?
You
And I
want to,
wanted it to be
yeah.
like, I just met this guy and I fucking hate him, and I'm so glad he's dead.
Yeah, he's a prick. He's dead. He's a prick. He's gone.
Yeah.
Down the garbage chute. Awesome. Okay. So what was your favorite part, Airik Eisen?
I kind of already ruined it,
Well,
so but
shot.
I'll go with it anyway. All right. When the sleazy douchebag gets shot in the face, loved
Huh.
it. I was
Yeah.
like, man, this needs to happen more often. 'Cause generally, that's not the way it goes. Generally, it's the sleazy douchebag that somehow slithers his way out, and you're just like, kill him.
You're thinking about real life, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not thinking about fiction. You're thinking about real life.
It's a little bit of both lately. I think the genre has very much been relying on the sleazy douchebag to keep living so that you have a character to hate. And I didn't want to write that character. It sounds like a not fun time. So I just made him as bad as possible and knocked him out.
Well, A+ for that one.
Nice. People love to hate foes,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So sleazy douchebag got shot in the face. That was your favorite part.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what, in your opinion, of the 3 episodes that you have read, everybody has to remember this, it's just 3 episodes. What worked and what didn't?
Okay, so personally, I have worked in food service. I did it for years, and it was actually very accurate with the way that he told it, but it did give me a PTSD moment or two.
Now, for F's sake, you're not going to make him put a fucking trigger warning on there. If you are a restaurant worker, you may not want to read this.
Like, just about every scenario that happened, except for whenever bodies started dropping, I had experienced something similar, and I was like, this guy is reading my mind.
It's we all go through these basic trials in food service, and
Yeah. No, and I was totally the dude that had to shovel the snow.
yep.
Change the sign.
Yep.
Yeah, had to change a sign. Yeah.
Change the sign. Here, take this pole that is just not quite long enough. Okay. You're going to need to pull your arms out of their sockets. Okay. On
Mine.
tiptoes, standing on a 3-foot ladder to put up these letters. So
You
go.
had a ladder. Mine was like, you're tall, you have long arms. Here, put the sign up.
No, it was usually the brick planter around the stupid sign that you had to stand on, you know?
Oh yeah, I didn't even have that. It was just a straight pole, like 60 feet up, and here I am with this sign sticker thingy, and it's like, oh God.
Your sluice out the bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
All right.
then
Okay.
they just slide out, fly into the wind, and now you're chasing them.
Yeah.
So we're saying that that the restaurant descriptions working in there were so good that worked.
Oh
right?
yeah,
They
for
messed
sure.
with you.
Yeah. No, it was good. It's just like I can't remember. It was like the first or second paragraph where I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate this story so much because this is reminding me too much of what it actually was like and the reason I will never work in food again. And then it was like after a while, I was like, oh, yeah, because I had that one boss that was exactly like that guy and he got shot in the face, so I'm good to go.
Look, you've cured him. He's like that was great, you know.
Just
Very
a little
good
dose of
target.
murder. That's all
Yeah.
it took.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I wanted it, but I wouldn't do that. But
Okay, so clearly his realism about the restaurant industry, that's working for you. What didn't work for you? Just the PTSD?
I mean, I'm really joking about that. But yeah, it was just kind of reminded me of that life and how much I did not want to be in it. And I didn't, and it's not that didn't work. It's just more like there are people out there that have done that way longer than I did, and I can imagine that they'll get through that second paragraph and be like, nope.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
have you actually been to Columbia, Missouri?
Yeah, I went to school there. So
Oh, okay. My little brother was born there.
oh nice.
Yeah.
It was a fun town. I enjoyed it. And Brewer Truman's is completely non-existent. It's
Mm.
loosely based on the restaurant I work at now, but the layout doesn't quite work that we have in the restaurant. So
Yeah,
I've
okay.
muddled it a little bit, but
Understood. Cool, cool. All right.
Okay, so if you had the opportunity, how would you change it?
Hmm. Actually, I think he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, so no
Um,
changes, right?
yeah, I didn't really think of anything that I'd be like, oh, I'd change that. But I mean,
Do you
I
like his approach of having one episode per character thing?
I, I do actually. It's a very interesting approach.
I
You
think
know,
that is cool. I like
I've
that.
attempted
I've
something like
read it
that
and read a novel
before.
already. Probably going to steal it at some point. Um,
I
I ex-
I've
go on,
I,
Airik. You got
my
this.
7 finished.
I've attempted something like that before, but it was my first book, and my first book is absolute trash. And you know, after reading the way that he does it, I might actually be able to go back and fix it. So that's
Right on, right on. Now, AJ, do you write in the first person or third person?
It's the third person present, I'm pretty sure is this story is told from.
yeah, I think
And
so.
it's my little tidbit with this has just been, don't get too nitty gritty on trying to make everyone so individual. One, third person allows you to take a step back, but two, these are people who spend a lot of time in proximity to one another. So they're gonna have similar mannerisms. They're gonna have similar patterns of speech. And sometimes I write something out, I'm like, it sounds just like that other character. But then I realize they probably should sound alike because they
Yeah,
do spend that much time
yeah,
together.
yeah. Then you start talking to the drumsticks you're working with, and they start. Everybody sounds alike. You're like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Everyone's rocking around on the same tune. And I think too often people want such different characters. It's too hard
Yeah.
to really,
By the time you
connect.
have a restaurant staffed, you're like, is this a freaking circus or is this like,
Yeah. Yes. We don't need all the actors of the freak show. We just need
right?
a couple different characters.
Yeah. And we don't always have to have a midget. That's don't always
Eh,
have to have one.
yeah, probably shouldn't include them in the first place, but
Yeah, no, I like his approach of the way he's doing it with one character per. il- Are there 15 characters in there?
uh there were.
Okay.
Yeah, at one point there were.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Um,
Okay. So since this is a realistic thing, there's no bits of lore that you have in there that you would be your favorite bits of lore. Like I usually ask you on the fantasy books, so that's not applicable. Let me think of something.
No, I think there
What
are
are your
little.
favorite traits or characteristics of any character that you met in the first 3 episodes?
Um,
Not you, Airik.
I mean, he can answer. I mean, that's
Well,
cool.
he
my
wrote
bad.
the
My
thing.
bad.
He wrote the thing. He don't count.
Jesus.
Um, okay, so I mean, Harry, I knew that guy. You know, in several different places I worked. You know, the first one, no, the second one was a guy that shaved his head into a mohawk, right? He had tattoos everywhere. And while he was washing dishes, he would constantly sing some heavy metal song to himself. And like, are you taking notes? Yeah. But yeah, he'd be singing some heavy metal song. And, I always thought it was funny, because I mean, I do listen to some heavy metal, but he'd be like singing a song that I hadn't heard. And then like later I'd hear it on the radio and I'd be like, oh, he wasn't just making that up. That's weird. But yeah, and he did go to the back of, behind the store and get toked up.
So
Uh,
are you getting lost here? All right. I wanted to know what favorite characteristics that
oh,
AJ wrote.
I know. I mean, but this is what I'm saying. It's like my favorite
He
characteristics
nailed that guy.
are the oh yeah, he nailed that guy totally. My
Awesome.
favorite characteristics are whenever actually, he doesn't describe the characters. I mean, he's one of those types that, doesn't really give you a description, but, you know, the personality traits that he describes in these characters, if you've ever worked in the food industry, those people. And so that's was my favorite part.
Mhm.
You could grab those people out of any place, and okay, this person looks like this person looks like this person.
Mhm.
We're
And
almost iconic
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
in their personalities. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And
Yeah.
I think that too helps with the multiple points of view, because I don't, maybe if someone's a platinum blonde or they're bald or they have bright scarlet hair, like I may want you to know that. Otherwise, like, you're getting a brief description physically. You're reading, you've got an imagination. Make them how you want.
Yeah.
Even J.K. Rowling did that in Harry Potter. Harry Potter's black hair, short, and lightning bolt
Lightning
scar.
scar and the glass.
Hermione,
Glasses.
yeah, Hermione has frizzly brown hair. Like that's pretty much. I think she has buck teeth, and Ron's a ginger, like, and tall. Like you go through that, and you don't need to know every little
No,
intricate
I was
detail.
really looking for like characteristics, like he was talking about, that dude
Mm,
he knew singing at the grill,
hmm.
that kind of thing would have been
Yeah.
Dishwasher, but
for like, does your characters do that kind of stuff?
Mm, yeah, I try to. Like that's the side I'm like saying, like focus more on that, and like you really do
Yeah.
get these characters who
Yeah, no,
are.
you don't need to be telling people like it's a rap sheet what your character looks like. That's ridiculous. That comes
Yeah.
out in the book and through
Yeah.
other people's eyes, not
Hmm.
some, here you go, here's your description.
Right. I don't need to know what color the button is, every like centimeter minute detail about the button. Just I need to know it's a button. That's it.
it's a red button.
It's a
It
red
glows
button.
when you press it.
Yes, press it.
For
All right.
7 centimeters.
So I know the answer to this before I ask it. It's a stupid question. We're going to have to change this. Was it fun to read, Airik Eisen?
Oh yes, it was.
See,
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Love hearing it. That's awesome.
well, that's all my questions, man.
All right. Well, let's see here. All right. So now we go to a random Q&A portion. Uh, AJ, you can ask me any 2 questions about my thoughts on your Vela. They could be on your Vela, or it could be just some weird general question like Zach likes to do. But
Um, so let's do earlier you said you think there might be killers.
yeah,
What would make you think that?
well, um, it's hard to nail down really. It seems like, because I mean, like, one of them was decapitated, I think, and the other one got shot in the face. And generally, a gun doesn't decapitate somebody. So it's kind of a different MO. So it makes me think that there's more than one killer in there, which there may not be. I mean, there totally may not be, but I do feel that it's more than one person.
Okay. No, I was just I was curious what line of thinking, because I've heard that before and I've heard different rationale for it. So I will say I am pantsing this, but I do know the ending. So okay, good. It's written on a sticky note, and I was afraid it was this one, but it's that one. We're good.
Trying to read the sticky note.
Pantsing this, but I want you to know my pants are on. My pants are on.
They're at least at my ankles.
All right. Okay, that's one.
Okay.
We
Okay.
generally remind people at the beginning that there's two questions, and I completely forgot because we haven't done
No.
this in over a month.
It's okay. I have two that I'm like trying to decide between, and
Okay.
I'm going to go with, and because I haven't written this in a minute, it's okay if you don't know, but tell me what you've really enjoyed, or will you tell me what you've really enjoyed about Choose?
Choose. Yeah, it's been a little while since I read that. I actually started reading it the day after you first posted it. I read the first two or three however many chapters you posted that first
Me
time.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I was trying to keep up, and then I lost track, and then, I think I've read through chapter 6 maybe.
I liked
Okay.
the ability to help write it. That was cool.
I did too. I thought that was a very cool idea, and it was an idea that I'd had but couldn't figure out how to implement very well, and you've done that very well. And
I've told other people in other interviews about your Choose story.
yeah,
I think I've seen one of them, and I wanted to say thank you. I really do appreciate that. So
Yeah, no, I think it's great. There are more out there doing it now, but I honestly think you're the first.
that's
Right
cool.
up there, at least in the first 5.
Yeah, and
you're the first that I read that has done it well. That's
thank you.
Yeah.
And I think part of that was picking a character like you, and the main character's name is Yu Suzuki, but if you just constantly refer to him as you by a third person, it does almost feel like you're reading a second person story, but
right.
and that's kind of, I wanted this weird like dissonance of like interjecting yourself into the story by the time the choice came at the end of every chapter.
That's pretty nice.
And it's so hard to write though, because
I imagine.
I'm constantly like going back and realizing like, oh, I wrote this in third person. Oh, this is actually like written in second person present tense, and it takes almost a whole week of me editing it to really get through it, and sometimes I just don't have it in me. So, but I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it, because that was a very experimental thing I did, and I want to get back to it. So it replenishes my soul.
I looked at it, and I had thought about doing it myself. I looked at yours and I thought, why would I? It'd be like, he's doing it, it's like a Patsy Cline song. It's been sung, buddy.
Yeah. I actually have ideas for more seasons too, like doing it kind of like a Black Mirror or American Horror Story type thing, where maybe they're all the same universe, but they're all independent of one another. Every season is. I just gotta finish this first one.
I love anthologies.
Yeah. I thought it'd be fun. But yeah, those would be my 2 questions, and I appreciate your answers.
I could kick
Awesome.
in on that one because I read some of that story.
I always appreciate your answers, Azrael.
Oh, gee, thanks.
All right. So now all of AJ's Bellas are going to be linked below.
Mm-hmm.
If you want more of me, you can actually check out one of my 7 offerings. I'm not going to go through them. It's under LinkTree, Airik Eisen, all one word. Or,
We'll have that link
I,
down too.
yeah. Also, I am the curator for the Velen's Florilegium. We're always looking for new members. We're just starting season 5 now. So also, if you're interested, AJ, we'd love to have you. And you can find us on Facebook if by typing in Velens, or you can find us on our website at velens.com. And all right, I guess that's the end of the show. So everybody, we'll see you later.
Bye, you
Adios.
guys. This was fun.
Yeah.